Listen, I can't take it anymore. I'm on the razor's edge. You've got to help me.
Somebody's got to help me. I'm living with a crazy woman. Welcome to the day the earth stood still.
Hello, everybody.
Those of you who are old enough to remember the original
Yeah.
The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Michael Rennie.
Michael Rennie came from outer space and neutralized all the electricity in the world, and nothing moved.
Not a
And
darn thing.
That's what it's like here.
Yeah.
Nothing's moving.
You know, we look out our window. We live on right off of a busy street.
Yeah.
And of course, during commute time, you know, there is no commute time. There are no cars out there. It's the weirdest thing I have ever seen.
It is weird.
It's just, I mean, I'm looking out there
Surreal.
now. There are no cars. It is surreal. Well, here we are toasting.
What is this?
This is our signature glass of wine.
Jill for today.
It's Jill for today.
Yeah. We're drinking out of little traditional Italian wine glasses.
Yeah.
In honor of Dr. Fauci. Here's to you.
Bless
Thank
his
you.
heart. Dang.
We had that last night with liver and fava beans.
Oh, stop
It's a
it.
nice candy.
Actually, last night was our 44th wedding anniversary.
Wow, holy mackerel.
I know it. It's insane, isn't it? Here's what's weird. Is okay, we're very happy that we have 44 years
Yes.
under our belt. And we're blessed and we thank God for every year that we've had together. Who would have ever thought that on our 44th wedding anniversary, we would be living like we are right now?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
However, it's going to be okay. It
Yeah,
is.
we're all
It's
gonna
going to
get
be
through
okay.
it.
We are going to get through it.
Not all of us are going to.
No, unfortunately, there's going to be some people. It's going to be very sad.
Yeah.
I had a sister. They were concerned about sister-in-law. Pardon me, and they tested her. Luckily, thankfully, she is negative. But you know, this is how close it comes to home. You know, when you have people you really know that are having this.
And it's serious, you know. Out here and in a lot of states, everything but essential businesses are
Yeah.
closed down. And Jill's sister works in a doctor's office.
Yeah.
And that was actually deemed a non-essential office, and they closed that down. That kind of amazed me that they'd shut down a doctor's
I
office.
know it. I think what they're doing is they're consolidating resources.
Resources, yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, she's been furloughed, laid off, whatever
Yeah.
they are doing with these workers right now. So, yeah.
And Jill Ferday is glued to the news
I am.
all day long.
I am.
So, you know,
I just can't get away from it.
And then every once in a while she has a meltdown.
Little
you know,
ones.
and
Little ones.
The other night was,
Other night was
a
not
little
good.
one. No.
I am.
Oh, I'd hate to see a big one. I'll tell
I
you.
am allowed one meltdown a week, and I am keeping up. I am keeping up. So
You're
that's.
borrowing ahead.
I am maybe
think.
so, but it's all right. You know, we all have You know what? It's okay to have a meltdown. I really, truly believe it. It's like when I grabbed him and said, "You got to help me. I can't do this anymore."
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. You know, scream at the wind. You know, it's well, my gosh, it is so alien to us to be hunkered down, holed up without people around. And you know, there are a lot of people, and truthfully, a lot of people who are alone. Who
Yeah.
don't have
Oh,
someone
yeah.
in their home with them. And I have to hand it to you. If you're there alone, I mean, you're really on double duty. And we feel for you. I do. I feel
Yeah.
just.
My brother is a doctor in California, and he sees about 30 patients in the clinic every day. And when he gets home, his wife makes
Yeah.
him take off his clothes, not outside the house, but
Darn near.
I guess in like a mudroom or something. And he has to put his wallet in a box and all this
Yeah.
stuff. I told him he was lucky she didn't have him stripped down on the front lawn and hose him
Yeah,
down.
yeah, she's really making sure he stays
Yeah.
safe and they stay safe. And
Yeah.
in fact, I was telling the director that I saw a news story today that there is a doctor in New York, and I'm sure this is not an isolated case story, but he is so concerned about the safety. He's a doctor, and he's so concerned about the safety of his family. He's got a wife and a young daughter that he has either he's moved out of the apartment or he's had them move out of the apartment because he can't clean conscious come home. You know, it's a whole it's mind-blowing. You know what? It is mind-blowing. So, however, I did want to mention something. I had posted, I'm rambling fast, aren't I? I had put on
Nothing out of the ordinary.
on my Facebook page, and I'll actually move it over to my Jill for Today Facebook page. It is a recipe for a face mask. And, you know, it looks like we're going to come to the point where they're going to strongly suggest that we all wear masks when we go out. And that's all right. We can, you know.
People have been suggesting I wear a mask for years, but I don't think it had to do with coronavirus.
And it's a very easy pattern. And I didn't have any of the pattern materials, and luckily I was able to. But what I had said on there, and this is stuff that makes some sense, is if you want to make a mask for yourself or your family, and you don't have the actual materials that you need, you know, you can get a piece of sheet or a pillowcase and cut that up and make it. You don't have to have some special piece of whatever. You could do that. The other thing, this is where I'm getting at. This is necessity is the mother of invention. I had figured out, well, if I don't have a bandana, I can use a hunk of sheet. If, you know, I started going down the list. I don't have a sewing machine, but I can sew it by hand, you know. So the elastic bands, you know, for your ears. And I said, dang, you know, I don't have the elastic bands. Do you know what I thought of this morning when I was getting dressed?
Don't grab me.
Underwear. You pull out the elastic in your underwear.
Walk down the street with your underwear over your head, and I guarantee you, nobody will get within 6 feet of you. Well, that'll do it, yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
If you needed elastic, you say, oh my gosh, I don't have elastic. Get out those underwear and pull out that elastic, and you've now got elastic for a face mask.
And there are actually
sounds pretty good.
videos on the internet for no-sew masks, too, where you can make your own mask that doesn't require any sewing.
Pretty creative stuff.
And I read that sheets and pillowcases are a good material to make masks out of because they do stop the droplets, and yet they allow you to breathe.
Yeah. That's one of the concerns I have, is that, you know, being able to get a fair breath, you know, under that. But, you know, we'll take it as it comes, and we're all in uncharted waters, and I continue to say that. And we'll figure it out, won't we?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
I'm going to get one of those Darth Vader masks, you know. So,
Yeah.
Luke, I am your father, you know, that kind of thing.
So anything going on in your world that I don't know about? I can't imagine that being the case.
Let's see. The thing is, I've only been out of the house once in the last week.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh no! Much further. Oh, we haven't been out of the house for a good 2 weeks. A good 2 weeks. Go ahead.
We both have some problems with walking.
Yeah.
So we did our little exercise yesterday. We took a back road and did a very short ride out in the country.
I had to see
just to
it.
get a little
Oh,
fresh
yeah.
air. And,
Yeah.
beautiful.
It was.
out there.
Oh, it's so green and it's beautiful. And like you said, the day the earth stood still. You know.
Yeah, and
like,
there's nobody on the road. So
yeah, we took maybe 20 minutes. We just got out, got some
Yeah.
air and a little bright sunshine, and just, you know, you just got to. Well, see, that's it. You know, our rules here in our state: you're allowed to hike, you're allowed to get out and take a walk or run
Walk
or
your
bicycle,
dog.
whatever. And I said, well, we're not. You know, we can't do a lot of that sort of thing, but we certainly can take a drive in our car. So that's what we did. Okay. Been cooking and cooking and cooking. I've got a great video coming up on the freezing of eggs. I'll be posting that probably on Monday. This is Friday, so I'll be posting that on Monday to show you how to freeze eggs and how to store them. I'm doing a very interesting little recipe tonight, which I also will record. It is a casserole. I'll use the word casserole.
hot dish.
Hot dish.
As it's called in Minnesota.
Minnesota hot dish. So from our friend Bob, and he sent us this recipe. It's canned kidney beans and some basmati rice and some tomatoes. It looks very comforting, so I'm going to do that. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's one of the things that's kept us semi-sane is being able to get some FaceTime
yeah.
with Bob and Diane in South Carolina, and
Tracy and John
Tracy
here.
and John, close friends here,
Yeah.
and then family. You know,
yeah. In fact, my sister-in-law, the one that was tested for coronavirus, set us up on Zoom, and so our whole family can all Zoom. It's a wonderful little program. It's free, you know, and so we were able to all we looked like the Brady family, you know. We all had our little boxes, and we were able to talk to each other. It was slick, and so we're doing that on a weekly basis right now until we all get sick of seeing each other, but that's been really nice. And so that's been going on, which has been a big, if you have an opportunity to Facebook, Messenger, FaceTime, whatever it is, try
Skype, whatever.
Skype, try to do it. It does open up your world, and you're able to see people instead of texting. Don't text. Get on the phone or FaceTime with them. It means so much more. It does,
Yeah.
and it'll mean so much more to the person you're doing it with. Yeah.
I've actually had more contact with my brother
That's
than
the
I've
truth.
had in some time.
Yeah.
We're texting back and forth on a daily basis, even phone calls, and
Yeah. We were talking on that video I did earlier about, just not knowing what to say. And I've had so many responses from that video, that short one I did. We don't know what to say, and nobody knows what to say. And yet I was so, comfort is not the right word. I was so pleased, so heartened by people saying, you know what, you're talking our language. And I'm paraphrasing. You're talking our language, and we like it when you say what's really going on. I mean, we don't want to be doom and gloom, and I certainly don't. And I think that we talk reality, but we also try to keep some levity in this because, man, oh man, you got to have some levity.
yeah.
You really do.
Oh yeah.
In that video, I had been talking about sacrifices. It's so funny that we take and we don't think about. And he and I were talking this morning on Long Coffee, and we were talking about World War II. And as I'd mentioned in that previous video, which I will post up there, that they call World War II the greatest generation.
The people who lived through
The
it.
people who lived through it. We had prisoners of war, of course, we've had for all of our wars, but these men and boys were going overseas, and they fought, they died, they were POWs, they came home. The women were here, and they were Riveter Rosies, and that's the truth. My mother was a Rosie
Rosie the River.
Rosie the Riveter. She was.
Dixie.
Thank you. And we had that, and then the rationing. I looked up rationing. They rationed sugar, they rationed flour, gasoline. It was all rationing books. You got a book every month. Sugar, the nylon. I was telling him this story. Mom told me the stories of when, during the war, they did not have nylons, stockings. And because they needed the nylon, and we figured it was like for parachutes probably.
I don't know.
I liked that scenario. Okay, good there.
I could see guys jumping out of planes holding two pair of stockings, one in each hand, and saying, I hope this slows me down.
Marie, thank you. Anyway, she said they had leg makeup. It was, like a nylon colored, that beige color. And they would color their legs, rub it all over their legs so their legs looked like they were wearing stockings. And back in those times, in the olden days, they had seamed stocking. There was a black seam that ran down the back of the leg. It was very stylish. And they would sit there and draw a line with like a eyebrow pencil or whatever to get that line down the back of their stockings. He said, if it was really hot, your legs would begin to sweat, of course, and all of that stuff would just start dripping down their legs. And another interesting thing is I had a viewer write in, and I'd forgotten this, and she said they used to turn in their bacon grease. They would collect bacon grease for whatever the war effort needed. And I remembered Mom telling me that they did collect bacon fat. So there you are.
Well, of course, now we have rationing. It's called ordering from the store and then getting there to pick it up. And they've only filled a half to a third of your order. So
we had that happen the last time we ordered. We got there, and they were very nice telling us what wasn't in. And they, but you get the bag home and you say, oh dear, nothing's there that I wanted. Anyway.
As long as the wine is in the order.
That's the only reason we go pick up for the wine. Right?
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Randy, we need to place a grocery order. No, we don't. We got all the food. No, I don't care. We need to place a grocery order.
That's the little Italian in you coming out. Yeah.
Well, okay. Anything, babe? Or is that it?
No, we're just doing our thing.
Watching some interesting TV.
When she isn't watching the news.
Did we see a movie this week?
Can't recall.
I can't either. It seems like we did. I can't remember what. Oh, well, we've been watching repeats of Jack Reacher. If you want some good action and some good Tom Cruise,
I think Tom Cruise is a little off in terms of some of his beliefs, but boy, he gives you your money's worth.
he does give you your money worth. Yeah, it's a good action-packed movie, and I was never a huge Tom Cruise fan, but I'll tell you, in the Mission Impossible ones, Mission Impossible is another good,
Escapism.
Oh, very much so.
It's a way to just
Yeah.
forget about your troubles for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And,
Pop up some corn
and
just sit there.
the internet provider and the TV provider out here
Yeah.
has got a number of the premium channels that they are not charging for.
Pretty nice.
Through the
Some of
second or third week of April.
Yeah.
So
it's been very, very nice of them to
it's
do
a
that.
pretty good deal.
Yeah. So check into that. You might go into on demand if you have cable, into your on demand section and see that. I'm sure it's with all the big carriers. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Whew.
Well, we hope you're all safe
We do.
and well, and that your loved ones are safe
And you're
well.
staying strong. Hashtag stay
Yeah.
strong.
Stay strong.
We love you guys.
Yeah. Take care.
And we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye-bye. Oh,
Stay hydrated.
Hydration is very important during these days of stress.
All right. Bye-bye.